Welcome to Ohio. I guess.
Start it out.
That's your brother.
Let's start it out.
We're in your residence. We're in your residence. In your vicinity. I think I said that.
Vicinity?
Yeah.
We back. It's the 5x5.
Bing bong.
Bing bong. Long hiatus. Doesn't matter. We're here with the OGs. And you know what we're going to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. Speaking of a lot to talk about, 73 points. That's a lot of points. You think that maybe we'd be talking about that because a team scored 73 points? No, this isn't the old NBA. Teams double that now. In fact, the Memphis Grizzlies had, what was it, 152 points in that game?
Yep.
152 points in that game, and they decimated the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Milwaukee and Toronto didn't even hit 100 last night.
Yeah.
They didn't hit 100 last night. It was a rough
They
game.
didn't hit 100. They hit, what, 90?
It was like 94, 95. It was like those
94.
It almost hit 100.
Yeah.
They, as a team, hit almost 94, 95, almost 100. Yeah, this team lost by almost that same amount. So, we're not even going to call the Oklahoma City Thunder a franchise anymore, right? It's done.
No, it's an AAU team.
Yeah. We're going back.
Yeah.
We're going back to Seattle. It has to. I mean, at this point, do you just bring up the whole G League team and be like, you guys are the new Thunder?
I think that was the G League team.
Yeah, you could have been.
That's probably the reason.
I guarantee you bring their G League up and it does better than 70.
Oh, easily.
They were playing the
Maybe
Traitors
40.
kids.
Yeah, easily. The fact that they lost the
Someone
Memphis
had money
without
out.
Ja.
And that's the thing too. It's like they mark it as like the greatest winning margin in NBA history when it be like the greatest losing margin. Because it's not like Memphis is like the best team. It's not to showcase Memphis.
Yeah.
It's to showcase how bad.
The crazy thing is, they lost another game this year by 56 points. So you have 2 games in one season where you're losing by 50 plus. What's going on here?
What is your franchise?
What is it? Like, I know you guys are rebuilding and all that, but it's basketball, man. You guys are pros?
I mean,
Question mark?
I've never had to ask this question in all my years as a fan.
Yeah.
But do we need a mercy rule or some shit?
I think there needs to be a mercy rule.
We go into the fourth quarter. If it's a 60-point game, can we end it?
Can we get a
call
refund?
this?
Well, you know what's funny? It started out as a normal game. Like quarter one.
That's how it always starts.
I know, but it seemed like
No.
it wasn't like a 20-2 game. And they got like
excellent
blown
point.
out.
That's an excellent point. I went back because I didn't watch the game when it happened, but I went back because I had to see
Who are you watching?
how that could happen.
Lou Dort.
Lou Dort defense.
Who's tuning in to see
Could
Johnson
you
on the
imagine paying
bench?
for League Pass and watching that? Like, it makes no sense.
I'd be upset.
But when you go back and watch the game, the first 5 minutes of that game looked ugly for Memphis. It looked sloppy. They were slow. It was pretty close. They weren't looking great. But just as the game continued to go on, they started getting better and better and better. And then OKC decided to go into a zone for some reason because this is AAU basketball and we're running zones again.
Yep.
And Memphis shot the lights out and they didn't change the zone.
Yeah.
How does that make any sense?
It makes no sense. When was the last time we've seen a zone work in the NBA? Besides the Boston one beat it on Steph Curry. Never.
True.
You can't, because everyone's a pro. Everyone could be able to shoot.
Especially in this NBA. This isn't running a zone back in old NBA where there's only a few 3-point options.
Yeah.
And Jaren Jackson pulled up from the logo because he could.
Yeah.
He pulled up from the that's somebody's center.
60 fantasy points.
That's somebody's center. Yeah, I don't want to talk about no fantasy. We ain't gonna talk about fantasy.
But outside, he only played 20 minutes. And he had 60 fantasy points.
That's
they played him like 35.
120 fantasy points.
Right?
I want to know what the fantasy points for Klay Thompson would have looked like when he was dropping like 60 3/4.
Oh, I couldn't imagine. That person just, especially if it's a head-to-head type.
Yeah, it ended that.
Yeah,
night.
he benched all his players the rest of the week because he still won.
It doesn't matter.
There's no point. There's no point in playing anymore.
Hopefully we see Klay Thompson back soon. Yeah. He's practicing and he's going to be on the G League squad for the Warriors.
Yeah, he's going to be the Kobe and Shaq with James Wiseman. Could you imagine like suiting up for a G League game and then you have to go up against Klay Thompson and James Wiseman?
Fair.
Like while they're taking their own planes and shit, and you have to get on the 4-hour bus ride from Idaho to fucking San Francisco, and then you have to go up against Klay Thompson.
Imagine being their teammates. You guys are all on the bus. You see playing. Yeah, like, wait a second. That's weird.
You're going through customs. They're literally walking around you guys. Like, yeah, we'll see you guys later. No, grabbing pre-made food they have for them.
Yep. All the fans are just following them.
That's media.
That's something. Like, wow, this is the biggest crowd ever. I wonder who they're here to see.
You think, wow, those guys are here to see us play? No, you're not playing today. No, sorry.
That's tough. That's tough. You know what though? From their D League team or their G League team, Gary Payton II, bro.
Oh yeah,
nice stuff, bro. Guy's like what 6'5", but he's like their power forward at the moment, setting screens and shit.
Dude, his bounce is insane.
I was just about to say he's got bounce, and no one knows where it came from because if you watched his father play, you know he had no.
He was athletic.
Well, he was kind of athletic, but not bouncy. He was quick enough to be he was athletic enough to be a great defender.
Yeah.
But that's like hard. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he wanted that, and he has really good skill with his feet and with his hands. But like his son, for some reason, is like he's like, I need a DNA test or something because
he doesn't even look like him.
He looks nothing like him. He looks nothing like him.
That can't be his son.
You know how old he is?
No,
It's like 29.
really.
Yeah, Gary Payton II. He's been in the league. He's actually been in the league. I think he got undrafted the same year with Van Fleet.
He got undrafted.
He got
undrafted.
He got undrafted.
That's when they draft you.
He was
That's when they draft you and they said, nah. They wish they could do that to Bennett. They said, nah, give me that pick back, bro.
Nah.
What pick did he get selected with?
Who?
When he first got drafted?
Anthony Bennett?
No, I thought you were talking Peyton, sorry.
No, he was undrafted.
He got undrafted.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, he was undrafted. My fault.
You mean he wasn't drafted?
Well, he was.
He went undrafted.
He went undrafted.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
He went undrafted.
I was confused for a second. I was like,
that's my fault.
so did he get drafted?
But the thing is, it just goes to show you that, like, even if you're the son of someone, shit's not gonna be easy, bro.
Facts.
It's just not gonna be
You
easy.
still gotta be able to ball. I mean, like, Michael's son couldn't do shit.
Oh, that's why he's making his father's shoes.
Yeah,
And shit.
yeah. He's in the back, he's just slaving his
Right?
ass off.
Trophy case collab. Just marking trophy case collabs on everything, single thing you could do. Because that's all you can do. But like, I remember what Gary Payton II, who else? David Stockton. The fucking tiny ass.
Yeah.
He was John Stockton, but even smaller.
Yeah.
And then
Like, he was nice, but like he couldn't play the defense that John Stockton used to play.
it was tough. I think he's in Puerto Rico right now. Though.
Probably. Mexico.
You don't see too many like sons of former players that really pop off, other than like the Currys.
Yeah.
Right.
They're better. They're both. Honestly, I'd say they're both better than their dad.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, easily.
Easily, right?
That was good, but
That was just straight spot.
his boy's ball though,
Yeah.
and Seth's like showing man that he's not a horrible player. You know, he's not a bad player, but Steph is just
He's a different level.
Yeah. What's up, Logan?
Can we finish the thought right here? I need to change the battery.
Yeah, sure.
yeah, 100%.
Bing bong.
Bing bong! Logan changed the battery. We out. Bong! Logan changed the battery.
The camera's
We
over
back.
here. What are you doing? The camera's over
I'm trying to
there.
get loud. This isn't for the camera.
But you know, okay.
The camera's just watching us have a conversation. We need to speak into the mic.
I was gonna say, what do you guys think of the logos in the NBA right now? Like the branding of like the teams and shit.
Like in general or like specifically?
Like specifically, like I'm thinking about like the Raptors.
Yeah.
You know when they rebranded like
Yeah.
from like the regular claw or whatever the Raptor, like actually
Yeah,
having
It
the
was a
Raptor,
Raptor.
to having now just a claw on the
Yeah.
ball and how boring it is. Or even like Atlanta when it was the actual hawk.
Yeah.
And they have this like kind of like weird symbol with it. Like it's all boring now.
I wonder why they changed it.
I think honestly it makes a lot of sense like business wise.
Yeah.
That's a very simple logo you could put everywhere.
I was literally
Right?
just thinking that, like, what if the logo was just like recreating the old logo was so detailed and stuff that they didn't want to just put it on, you know,
Yeah.
But don't you think it'd take more money to like
change it
change it, yeah, and pull out a whole new set?
when you've had it
But
for
then at the
so
same
long.
time, you're making a lot of new money off of the new
That's true.
set.
New
That's
merch.
It's
Yeah.
like
That's true.
if you're a franchise and you have the same logo,
I look at
In my opinion, the old merch.
why did you do that though? What the hell?
You should have just talked.
You should have just said
You
it.
scared me. I'm like,
We're cutting it. We're cutting that part out. Logan talk.
My opinion, the old merch with the old logos also increases in price because it becomes vintage.
Yeah.
But the NBA doesn't get that though.
Yeah.
Like the teams don't get that.
Yeah,
because
it's like the resellers get them.
the resellers get it.
That's-
But it's just value because then other people, like the resellers, see value in the shorts. You know how people are. Like, people who buy Jordans don't really care about Jordans. They care about the resale value. So they end up buying and putting money into the NBA.
Did you say shorts? You say like shorts, like the NBA shorts, like the vintage ones, right?
Yes.
Speaking of shorts.
Speaking of shorts.
This episode is sponsored by Jersey Shane.
I'll send
He's
you
not
a
from
video.
New Jersey, but his name is Shane.
You know, I'm gonna start using that.
I like that. But it's like, but although it is not boring, bro. Like, cause the thing is, you have like, remember the Denver logo with all like the mountains and shit? Like, not that one, but like the mellow one.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
mellow one, and then now
Yeah.
it's like the weird, like it's just a circle
This is-
with a fucking pig.
I have to look at all the new ones.
If you look at it now and you compare it to the ones like in 2000,
Yeah.
it's fucking.
Well, it's a lot worse.
It's definitely a lot
worse.
simpler.
But I noticed that that's a trend going across the NBA.
Like
right
the
now.
Timberwolves one.
They
Timberwolves.
simplified everything.
Right. Yeah.
And I like honestly, besides the money, it doesn't make sense. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, some teams have nice jerseys, like Charlotte City jerseys. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Yeah, those
Oh
are
my
fine
gosh.
because you know why they're bringing shit back,
Yeah.
right? So people are hyped up for it now.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like, I'm thinking like some teams too. They need a rebrand. Like, you know, like the Mavericks,
Oh, for sure.
Detroit,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Those teams, if they get a rebrand, it's gonna be fucking nice. Especially with like their new leaders too, like Doncic and Cade Cunningham.
Mhm.
It's gonna be crazy.
As long as they do it properly, though, because like we've seen time and time again where they rebrand and it gets worse.
yeah,
Like
That's
a
a fact.
lot worse.
yeah.
You guys remember the initial Pelicans mascot that was so creepy
Oh, the
they had
fucking
to change
the
it?
baby.
No, there was a pelican.
No,
The
there
baby?
was before that. It was a full ass baby.
What?
Have you not seen the
gross.
baby head?
No.
I don't remember the baby yet.
The thing right now is the scariest thing ever.
You're the one editing, so
Yeah,
go ahead.
it's the scariest thing ever. It's like this person in a fucking diaper and then
Yeah.
they're wearing this big ass baby head.
Disgusting. Who
What
would have
the-
greenlit that?
David Stern.
New Orleans.
What does that have to do with New Orleans?
I don't know. Why
I thought it was the Hornet.
No, we're talking about
the
Pelicans.
winners of Pelicans.
Because no, when the Pelicans became the Pelicans,
Yeah.
we're talking about their first mascot, but
Yeah.
apparently they had a baby
I
before.
thought it was always a Pelican.
But
No,
they
but
had
like
this
they had-
pelican, the original pelican before the current pelican that it is
Yeah.
now, that was so creepy that everyone who looked at it just hated it
Yeah.
and like with a passion. So they had to change it, and like canonly, they like posted on like their Twitter or something that their old mascot went and got like facial reconstruction surgeries, like bandages on
What?
his face. So they unbandaged the new one and it became
Yeah.
this one. But it was horrific. It was the worst. It was nightmare fuel.
There was a baby. I swear to God. I swear to
It's
God.
not just in my
I
nightmares.
swear-
I swear. That baby is it's behind you. You don't see that?
I swear to you, there was a baby before there was a pelican. I swear.
Well, yeah. Where do you think pelicans come
No,
from?
but those are stories. Those are stories.
Look, man. I'm not a
Who's
entomologist.
Oh, what? I thought this guy said an enchilada. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
I don't even know how to go with that. I thought he said enchilada. That reminds me of that Vine where they're like, he's like, can you throw me my keys? And she throws the printer. And she's like, I thought you said printer. Why would I say printer? Why would I say enchilada?
I'm just hungry, man.
This is a long day. It's a long day.
It's a long day, man. I'm hungry.
Ray goes, it's historic. I'm like, yeah, I'm not an enchilada. I wouldn't know.
Shane, what's been your favorite?
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, what's your favorite food?
No, what's
Enchiladas for sure.
You don't even know what an enchilada is?
Yeah, it's like a. It's like a taco, but not a taco. You know, it's like,
you know what? You're right about that.
Yeah,
It's not a taco.
you know, it's good. Anyways, what's my favorite?
What was your favorite kick from this year? Like, you know, you're a shoe guy. Have you been buying kicks this year?
I mean, like a release from this year, or just
Yeah, a release from this year.
I haven't had any favorite ones yet, but coming out in December or in a few weeks are the cool gray 11s.
Oh shit!
I already have the OG pair, but I'm just gonna double up and get the new one.
Okay.
For sure, 100%. You can wear those with anything.
Yeah.
How about you? Because I know this guy's been growing his nice little sneaker collection over here.
I just, you know,
See, what you guys can't see on the camera is he has stacks of shoes over here.
It's crazy.
you know,
Stacks of shoes.
retail therapy.
It's crazy.
You know, just a bunch of lows and some ball shoes,
Yeah.
you know. But like, you remember when Nike was trying to like release their Adapt shit?
Yeah.
Like, remember when they had the Nike Air Mags and like
Yeah.
people were trying to buy those, and then they're like, all right, now we're gonna get like a basketball shoe with Adapt.
Yeah.
And it fucking flopped.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean, like,
yeah.
think about it. Like, it was like supposed to be like this revolutionary tech,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it's like, you wear Adapts. You wear Adapts.
Yeah.
Logan, you wear Adapts.
He said no, by the way. But the thing is though, because they released it retail price at $349.99.
Yeah.
Who's buying a basketball shoe that expensive to go play in?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense.
Like, they marketed it with John Moran
That's
and
half
Jason
a
Tatum.
PS5.
I remember this. They had those two great athletes to. But you can't have a shoe that's that expensive and expect it to do well, like, retail wise.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Absolutely not.
No
way.
one's gonna buy it, bro.
No way.
That's the one thing too. I don't know, like Nike. I think Nike's line for like shoes and everything, like their tech wise, it's like flat. Nothing new. Like what? Like React.
Yeah.
Or like, do you have a React shoe? Do you have a React shoe?
I'm not a.
I do not have a reaction.
Do you have a React shoe? No one has a React shoe, bro. They're just like, and they market that shit and all that stuff. Man.
There's one person watching this like.
It's like he's like jumping up.
He's like, yeah.
It's like these are pretty good.
Nah, he's currently doing runs on the aisle still.
He's like, I'll show them.
Remember in Foot Locker when you used to like test out your shoes?
Oh,
and
I
shit?
still do that. I don't know about you guys. I still do
I still
that.
do, but
Yeah,
like,
dude.
you take laps in those stores.
I sprint.
Dude,
Bro, I swear, I'm not even lying. There's one day, I think it was the Jordan 35s that came out.
Oh, like the ball.
Yeah. I put them on, and so the girl's like helping me, whatever. So I get up, I start jumping around. She's looking at me kind of weird. I'm like, okay, you know what? I get those looks before. It is what it is. I'm jumping around, and I'm like, let me try something. I sprint, but I sprint the wrong direction. I sprint towards the door. And everyone's like, hey. I'm like, listen, man. I'm not going to steal some ball shoes.
how broke do you think I am?
Come on.
I left my other shoes in there. What?
Conveniently, I came with no shoes on.
Yeah, you
but-
think I was just. Can you imagine you're working, somebody walks in with no shoes, and you're just like,
Yeah, Foot Locker.
You're just like,
isn't that like the first rule of being in public anywhere? Like, you gotta have a shirt and shoes, or you can't be somewhere. Anyway.
What would you do though if you're a Foot Locker employee? You see someone like running out of the store.
Look, man, it depends on how much I get paid.
Yeah.
How much you pay me?
There's no way I'm running for
I've seen
anything
people
more.
like do that kind of like prank and shit.
Yeah.
Like the person chases them out of the damn store.
It's never that serious.
What, is that coming out of my paycheck? Because you stole
Absolutely
it?
not.
Like,
Of course
Ain't no way.
Ain't
You
no
get
way.
commission though.
I don't, you know what? I think they actually stopped commission.
What?
Yeah, because they raised the prices for like how much people get paid,
That's
right, to 15,
bullshit.
and you don't get commission. That's what I heard. Though. I might be wrong. I probably am wrong. But for this conversation, let's just say I'm right.
No, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Wait.
Fuck.
They would take commission, but raise the, like, how much do they raise their pay?
Because remember how minimum was like $11?
Yeah.
Now it's not $11.
Yeah.
15, 14.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
raising it to 15.
But so
in January.
they raised minimum because they had to, and say, hey, because we had to pay you more,
Yeah.
now you can't get
Now you
this.
get commission.
That's so
That's,
wild.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
tough, eh? That's tough.
That's disrespectful. You gotta quit.
Tip your Foot Locker employees.
Don't.
Hell no. Absolutely not.
Don't.
Absolutely
They work
not.
at a Foot Locker.
Absolutely not. They got one of the best jobs ever, man.
You know what I mean?
Days and
Come on.
everything.
They got all,
You know how
all
many pairs have you backdooring?
Good to cut out.
Beautiful. We'll just cut all of that part out.
That's
Beautiful.
great. No, that's great.
Uh,
It's grape. It's
Oh, no.
No, do not start it. I don't know how you, bro. That came out last year, brother.
Bro,
this guy sent it to me like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, fam, this is what are you doing?
It's grape.
No, we're We're not restarting this. We're not restarting this. This was last February, fam. We're not restarting
This
this.
is last February.
I had to hear this every single day of my life. We're not doing it again. It's done. Insert clip here. Just no, please.
You don't want to destroy India.
No, I can't say that, man.
What, you don't
What
want
are you trying to do to me?
You don't
bro?
want to commit a great crime? Roll footage. Awesome.
I actually hate you guys.
I'm more upset that you guys knew what I was talking about. What's next on the itinerary?
I don't know. I went from tech brands to we talking about a hospital.
We've been going around. We'll you it back onto basketball. Who?
What was that?
That's how
where you this way you're going.
That's how I use. You didn't know? It's like that Family Guy one where it's like, "Good luck, everybody else," and I just turned.
Youing the other. But yeah, okay, basketball. Who's your rookie of the year?
That's what I was gonna say. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Who's your rookie of the year?
Has to be Scotty.
Because
man.
we're all biased because we're Raptors
Yeah.
fans, but you know it has to be
like,
Scotty.
like numbers wise, it has to be Scotty. Like just the eye test, it has to be Scotty. Like you can make a case for Mobley,
but nobody else.
man.
I just don't know, man. Like
But
Mobley
nobody
is
else.
kind of like he does a little bit of everything a little bit better than Scotty, other than passing. I'd say.
Yeah.
Other than he's what you want Anthony Davis to be, and he's Anthony Davis-esque, like Evan Mobley.
Yeah, he had a rebound to a putback poster.
Yeah, he's actually
that I was like,
disgusting.
that's gross.
It's actually nasty, but I don't know, man. Like I'd say Cade Cunningham would be in there, but he just hasn't played that many games. He's getting like triple doubles and shit.
That's
I
true.
mean, who else?
I would have thought Jalen Green was up there, but he's been super quiet.
The
He's
Rockets
injured.
have just been bad, right?
Yep.
It's tough,
Yep.
and like unless you expected Jalen Green to really come out and be somebody who was just gonna will a team to wins in the Western Conference, but this is the West. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's people banging out here in the West. It's crazy.
I'll be honest though, like if Jalen Green doesn't do anything like playmaking, defense wise, whatever. I know he's still young and everything. He's just gonna be glorified J.R. Smith.
I'll take it.
Glorified.
I'll take it.
That's a few real good posters.
I mean, and J.R. Smith has a pretty good few posters too. But it's just like if that's all you do, man, is all you do is score. I mean, like you have so many people in the past too that done that.
Yeah.
And then like I mean, sure they make good careers in the NBA, but they're not superstars, like
Yeah.
bona fide superstars, right? Like we're talking, like Jalen Green was like fighting to be the number one
He
pick,
thought he should be, right?
right? And he's 0-2 against Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
That's so funny because it's like it meant so much to them, even though it's like you never know who's gonna end up being the best player out of the draft unless you have a consensus number one, which I guess Cade was, but like not even like a
because he's not like
but he's not like that like that. He's not a generational talent.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Here's my question: who was the last consensus number one overall pick? Like I would say LeBron.
I would say LeBron.
Maybe Dwight Howard after that.
Maybe Anthony Davis.
I think it was Davis.
Was
Yeah.
it AD?
They knew AD was going
AD
number one.
was so good that they picked his small forward to go number 3.
Yeah.
And Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
I thought. Well, wasn't he 2?
Was he 2?
Yeah, they did.
He was
Was,
one or
oh,
two.
it was
Back
he
to
was
back.
2
to Charlotte.
and then Bradley went 3.
Yeah.
But that, like, could you imagine? Because he played with him. We're gonna pick.
Exactly.
Like, that's how good he was. I think Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Who else? That's about it.
I think that's about the last
Maybe-
like generational.
Yeah.
Because even I think when we'll look back on what will be a generational, but even it ends up being like what Trey and Luca,
Yeah.
right? Which is
I'd
tough.
say- I'd say-
for sure.
I'll just say Luca.
But like Trey's also good.
Trey's that guy, man.
He's
I know
that
Trey's
guy.
that guy, but like he's not. I don't
Luca's
think
the better player.
He
obviously.
won't be the face. If you're thinking he's gonna be like the face of the NBA,
He might.
I don't know.
You never know, man.
Look, we're gonna need someone to curry when Curry stops currying.
Listen, here's the thing. No one thought he was going to do what he did in the playoffs last year.
That's true.
No one
That's
expected
true.
that.
That's
He
true.
just-
No, look,
Turned out.
Yeah, he
I'm
didn't
telling you,
expect
Trey.
he didn't
I didn't see it.
even
Yeah.
expect it. Go.
Trey Young's a absolute killer. We'll see how his career progresses because I mean, like, it's almost to the point where it's like, how much better can you get? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
good. Like, he's
Yeah.
rounded out basically. Unless you're gonna get better on defense, but he's just too small,
Yeah.
right? So other than that, it's like he doesn't really have glaring holes in his offense. He's not a bad passer. He's a pretty good playmaker. So I was like, what else do you really?
So would you say he reached his potential?
It's funny you say that. I was watching a video. Somebody was like doing 2K Sims and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And on 2K, they had his peak year at 25.
He digresses after 3 years.
They have his peak year at 25.
Huh?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't think his peak year is going to be 25,
Absolutely
of course.
not. No
but
way.
I'm just like, it's crazy how 2K would have him regressing after that.
His prime starts in 25. What's going on here?
Yeah, that's.
I wouldn't even start his prime till like 27, usually.
Yeah.
Because, like, imagine, how old was Steph when his prime started?
That was what, 2015?
It's like 2015 to 2016.
Mm-hmm. And he's, what,
he peaked
30?
late. Yeah.
He's like, what, 33 now?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he peaked late.
Yeah, he peaked late. Because he was a freshman and coming out of thing.
But the thing I noticed, a lot of the good like shooters peak very late.
Yeah.
Well, not very late, but they peak later.
Yeah.
Than most players.
Yeah. You know who's been robbing the Miami Heat? Duncan Robinson.
Really?
Yeah, my guy went 0 for 9, 20 minutes.
What?
The highest paid undrafted player of all time.
Yeah.
Gave him what, 90 million?
Yeah, so he's getting
Something
paid
around
like
there.
he's getting paid like 25 million a year, which is now like the average.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot.
And he threw out one of those Tony Snell stat lines. I just can't believe it.
No, Tony Snell won
He was
0
just
for
out
0.
there running, bro.
Tony
out there.
Snell committed fouls.
Just-
He had like 5 fouls.
Just out there running.
He's
for
running
no
and punching.
reason.
This is
running like
NBA young boy. Just
Patrick Beverley,
that's
like
crazy
a
though.
menace.
But I don't know. Like if for number one consensus picks, other than that, no, it's been pretty.
Yeah, I think 80's like
80's the next one. I mean, Zion was supposed to be,
but we can't.
because everyone knew he was going to go number one.
You can't give Zion anything yet until he can get himself on the court, which is another weird thing. Because why can't Zion get on the court?
He's too big.
But he's injured. So here's the thing: he's too big. But we knew he was big from when he was in college, right? That was just what he was.
Yeah.
So how do you take a guy, right, and you know he's got a problem with weight, and you know that's gonna have to change eventually? You draft him, and the first thing you do is not immediately introduce him to a nutritionist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're just talking about that now.
Yeah.
Getting him a nutritionist and changing his diet and stuff. What took you so long? You should have been on that the second he got into the league.
To be fair though, when he came in, he was pretty lean.
But he was
right?
bodying guys too. But you had to know that's not sustainable.
Yeah.
You can't jump on those knees with all that
sure.
weight.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that.
He's like what 3?
He's
5?
They have him listed like 270 to 280.
They're lying.
He's definitely 3.
We're blessed.
Mm.
Okay.
Nice.
I need to change the battery again.
Oh really?
Yes.
Is it dying now?
Yes, it's dying.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want you guys to remember when that happened. So when we were going back and you're editing it, I just want someone to, like, when I'm talking there, someone put on the bottom like muffled Logan sounds. He's just like trying to get our attention, like
swinging arm motion.
Logan.
Bing bong.
Bing bong, Shaq's in the custom. It's funny because you can see that happening too. You just doing it. Bang bang, it's just Shaq rolling by. Shaq's in the custom.
Shaq's in the custom.
What do you want to say to Shaq?
Let me take you to dinner, Shaq.
Hey Diesel, let me take you out to dinner.
Oh jeez. Oh, rematch between the Warriors and Suns tonight.
That's a night.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What time is it?
It's probably a 10 o'clock game, I think.
Fuck this shit. Let's go watch it. Just come on.
It's not 10 o'clock yet. So we got to give our predictions before the game starts, and then we can leave them with that.
Phoenix Suns 19 wins. Yeah.
Ooh.
No, I think the Warriors got it. I was watching the last game.
Yeah.
It was close, but the reason why the Suns won is because Steph just wasn't having a good game.
He had a bad game.
Yeah.
Real bad game. Which is why I'll put out my prediction, which is not necessarily for the win or the loss. I have a prediction that Steph just blows up. Like, just
wins.
Mid game, Steph's on the
He just implodes. He just implodes. They have to close the arena.
Steph could die on court tonight. I'm first suspect. Like,
the odds are like bet 365. Play or die.
what's the over under on Steph imploding? I'll take that. I think I'll take that.
Yeah,
Good,
no,
good action.
I got Suns though going 19 wins. I just tell me who on the Warriors is going to stop DeAndre Ayton.
Who's stopping Steph?
But
Himself is the only
thing is
person.
like Phoenix's defense is manageable. Like they can manage Steph.
No one can manage
Steph.
Steph.
Well, like hold up, they could kind of somewhat contain the guy that's
You
hard to
want to
contain.
know the only reason I say that is because I saved one of those posts where it was like a slideshow of all like different teams throwing 5 people at Steph.
Oh,
And it's like, dude,
What are you supposed to do?
how
with
is this?
but the Suns are like they're all long, lanky wings of like Miles Bridges and like they have Cam Johnson. It's gonna be decent. They have a decent chance.
Okay.
What?
It's them, man.
So,
I was just
like,
thinking,
It's Steph.
they won once. They can win again.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
The only thing going through Shane, you're spitting facts. The only thing going through Shane's head right now is Big Bob Warriors win.
Yeah, the next spot opens.
That's how we're gonna open the
We
next
got
one.
Steph Curry. You better check on your girl in a hurry.
All right. I guess that's that. You heard the man. Big Bob.